Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since I've had a walk and talk, and so I thought I would talk about some recent times when I kind of lost my temper, and that's good. And I kind of woke the inner Karen in me. Okay, so just recently, I went to Costco to get some gas, and then on the way out, it's kind of a back entrance, kind of by here in Bountiful, by Eyeglasses something or other, and it's kind of a road that goes by a bank and it goes up to the main street. And where this little side road meets the main street, there's no stop line, there's no stop sign. Okay, there's nothing there. And I was approaching it, and I probably let my nose of my car get out a little far in the street. There's no emergency lane. The first line on the road, this main road, is the center line. I was way beyond that. My nose was just a tad out, sticking out. And then there was a lady approaching me, and can you believe this? She had to tap her brakes. Heaven forbid she had to tap her brakes. And I go, oh, excuse me. And then she had a second or two to think about it. Passes me, pulls over, and oh no, here we have another Karen, so to speak. Oh, she didn't want to be mansplained. She did not want to be mansplained. And she hopped out of her car, pulled over to the right side of the road. There was no emergency lane, so there wasn't really a defined lane where she pulled off into. But she was trying to prevent me from going around her. And I could see that she was just blowing this way out of proportion. She may have had to tap her brakes, granted that. And I walked by and the windows rolled down. My window was already rolled down, so I said, yeah, get over it. And she whips out her phone. If she hadn't had it all, she may have had it already, but I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call the cops on you. And I thought to myself, oh, I would love that conversation with the cops. My son-in-law's what do you call it? The stepdad and mother come to, I guess you call them stepdad, come to visit every once in a while. They have a trailer and they stay in a trailer park. And he owns a bike shop and they carry nice bikes with them. And one of the last times we were here in Salt Lake, staying at one of these trailer parks, which, granted, I would have never recommended this part of town, but their bikes were stolen. And I'm pretty sure they never heard anything back from it. They reported to the police. You'd be hard pressed in America to get cops to investigate a legitimate crime, let alone a manners or somebody that made you pulled in front of you and made you brake. And I imagine it's called the cops going like this. Oh, is this the police department? I just had a guy pull out in front of me. He was so rude. He's a reckless driver. And I would just like to report on him and send you a picture of his license plate. And there we go. Did you hit him? No. Did you have to skid? No. Was anybody hurt? No. Was any property damage? No. And I imagine the cops would go, and you want me to do what? You would like me to do what? I'm just curious. It reminded me of a similar incident I had. I don't know what it's about, particularly women drivers in Utah. I don't know, but one time I was in my town pulling onto from a non-busy street onto a fairly busy street, and it was a long line of traffic, and I was sitting there for probably, I swear, 10 minutes trying to make a left turn, and then there was a small gap. I could see a gap, and I said, I better take this. I'm never gonna get out of here. A small gap. And I whip out, make a left turn, and the lady behind me, again, had to tap her brakes. Heaven forbid. Can you imagine the horror of having to tap your brakes? Okay. And then about a half block up the road, after I made this turn in front of her, I could see her behind me in my rear view mirror, flipping me off and just upset. Oh, the horror. And my wife was in the car and something went off in me. And I didn't do anything, but I've got to be careful because I could get myself shot. But at the stoplight, I hop out of my car and I walk back there to have a word with her. And I can't remember how the conversation went, but I just had a few words with her. I'm sure she dropped plenty of F-bombs on me. And, I said, did I cause you some great inconvenience? You mean I even forced you to hit your brakes? Not even skid, but I forced you to hit your brakes? Oh my heavens, darling. I can't remember if I said this, but I'd like to say this. Okay. And okay, so that reminded me of that experience. Another recent experience. I about lost my didn't lose my temper, but my inner Karen came out. Okay, I was with my daughter, and I embarrassed her because we went to pick up her birthday cake that she had special ordered. That's the math, right? And we walk up to the bakery, and there's no one there. To the left of the bakery was the deli And there was someone there. And she was staring at us. I was staring at her. She was, I don't know, cleaning a cutting machine or something. We sat there for 5 minutes. And finally, I said, "Excuse me? Can we get some help over here?" And oh my heavens, that set her off. That set her off. "You yelled at me." No, I had to raise my voice because it's a little bit of a distance. I wasn't angry. I'm not angry. And we had a few choice words. And I said, "Okay. Would I be able to talk to your manager?" And she said, oh, as if she loved the challenge. "I'll call him right now." I said, "That'd be great." So this guy comes over. And I said, "Okay, you're the manager, right?" I said, "I'm not angry. I don't want you to do anything for me. But similar to my McDonald's story in Pittsburgh, I said, if I was the manager of this establishment, I would want to know how my customers were being treated." And I said, "I came over here to the bakery, there was no one there. And this woman was not too far, but in the deli, fiddling with a cutting machine. And I said, 'Excuse me, can I get some help over here?' We waited 5 or so minutes, and she seemed to definitely not want to help me. Okay? And so I said, if I was the manager, I want to know how my customers would be treated. I said, this is how business is done in America, one customer at a time, you know, inattention, rudeness, whatever. So, anyways, finally, before the manager came over, she did go get somebody from the bakery. It was, I guess, in the back room or something. And we got my cake, my daughter's birthday cake, and all equipped with a picture of Ringo Starr on it. Oh, my heavens. And I was ready to get on my way. So I said to the manager, that's all I want to say. I don't want you to do anything for me. I just want you to know how your customers are being treated. I said, before I go, is there anything you want to say? To his credit, first of all, she said nothing. To his credit, she denied nothing because it was all true. And secondly, he said, oh, I'm so sorry. That's all I need. I'm sorry. So, anyways, that's my, see, I'm getting myself a shadow. I can hardly see myself. Okay, that's my first video. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.